Hi, my name is Cherie. I'm founder of Be Kind to All, and I believe that all employees deserve to be treated as equal, and I believe that discrimination, no matter what the reason, can no longer be tolerated in business. Last week we discussed adult bullies and how they're harmful for business. These adult bullies have learned many skills on how to keep their power and manipulate other people into believing what they say is the truth. Now, gaslighting has been used for many years, and recently we're starting to hear more about it from psychologists, journalists, in the media. They've been reporting more on this tactic. This tactic is very scary because anyone is susceptible. People don't even realize that it's happening to them until it's too late. I have gone through this, and it is definitely unnerving how this works. So, human resources in businesses are not trained on how to handle the situation within their adult bullies. Well, they're not able to handle adult bullies either. So let's actually start digging into this and see what is gaslighting. Know it, identify it, and protect yourself from it. It's from an article in Psychology Today. Now, there are 11 warning signs of gaslighting, and this is really important to know these. And gaslighting works much better than you may think because anyone is susceptible to gaslighting. It's a common technique of abusers, dictators, as well as narcissists and cult leaders. It's done slowly so the victim doesn't realize how much they've been brainwashed. And there was even a movie made about it back in 1944 that you should check out called Gaslight. Now, people who gaslight typically use these following techniques. They tell blatant lies. So you know it's an outright lie, yet they're telling you this lie with a straight face. Because they're setting up a precedent. Because once they tell you a huge lie, you're not sure if anything they say is true. They deny they ever said something even though you have proof. You know that they said it, but they out and out deny it. And the more they do this, the more you start to question your reality and start accepting theirs. They use what is near and dear to you as ammunition. So if your kids are important, your cats are important, and your identity is important, they start to use those things against you. They could say something like, you'd be a worthy person if only you didn't have a long list of negative traits. They attack the foundation of your being. And they wear you down over time. And this is one of the biggest issues is it's done gradually. This isn't just one big lie. It's a lie here, a lie there, a snide comment every so often. And it's so effective. Their actions don't match their words. When dealing with a person that gaslights, look at what they're doing, not what they're saying. They throw in positive reinforcement to confuse you. This person or entity that's cutting you down, telling you that you don't have value, is now praising you for something you did. This adds an additional sense of uneasiness. You think, well, maybe they aren't so bad. Yes, they are. This is a calculated attempt to keep you off kilter and again to question your reality. They know confusion weakens people and that people like a sense of stability and normalcy, and their goal is to unroot this and make you constantly question everything. They project their issues onto you. So if they're a drug dealer or a cheater, they're constantly accusing you of that. They try to align people against you. They are masters at manipulating and finding the people they know will stand by them no matter what. And then they use comments such as, this person knows that you're not right, or this person knows you're useless too. Now keep in mind, it doesn't mean these people actually said these things. Because remember, a gaslighter is a constant liar. They tell you or others that you are crazy. And this is one of the most effective tools because it's dismissive. The gaslighter knows if they question your sanity, people will not believe you when you tell them the gaslighter is abusive or out of control. It's a master technique. And adult bullies, especially in the workplace, know how to do this. And lastly, they tell you everyone else is a liar. So by telling you that everyone else, your family, the media is a liar, it again makes you question your reality. Now that we've learned more about gaslighting, let's look at a real life example. I think you guys know I like to give stories. So, Chi had actually worked for the same business for 12 years. She had worked her way up to a director position, and she joined a new business to launch a new product. Now, during that year, she was subjected to a host of different issues, such as discrimination, racism, sexism, misogyny, bias, bigotry, you can keep going, prejudice, sexual harassment. She actually worked for a bully who created this hostile work environment that let all of this happen. Now, she took her concerns to her boss, who thought it would be easier to gaslight her and tell her this is normal and it's okay. Now, at the time, she did not realize that she was being gaslighted. Then her manager moved to a new position, and she had to go and work for a new manager. This new manager went and knew all of the issues because it had all been discussed. And an attempt to kind of get Chi to stop doing all of this, they nominated Chi for a top award. Now, Chi won this top award. The boss did this to confuse Chi because this way it aligned other employees against Chi because they wanted that award. So this whole production, they know the hostile work environment's going on, but they're manipulating Chi in a way to get Chi to stay to get the work done. Now, the problems, of course, did not go away. They were there. Chi continued to talk to her boss in HR. But by this time, Chi started to figure out that her boss, who was a female, didn't like women. And she decided that that was it. You know, the documentation went down, and she started writing it all down. It's amazing how detailed you can get when people lie to you and say they didn't say something, but yet you have that documentation. They were trying to force Chi into being crazy. They told Chi that the issues weren't that bad, and if she really didn't want to deal with it anymore, quit her job. Now, Chi knew that the company had a code of business conduct, specifically stating that these behaviors are not allowed. But guess what? Even after all that documentation, she took it to HR. And guess what HR did? I bet you guys can guess. Nothing. In the end, she had to quit the job to get away from the hostile work environment, while those adult bullies still were in their jobs, while gaslighting was still going on, as well as HR ignoring and not doing anything to stop the behavior. Now, we actually used to think about how we treated people, but we don't really do that anymore. Businesses allow this behavior, and where is HR when you truly need them? Why have a code of business conduct when you're not even going to follow it? Because I want to say something out loud here to be very clear. Gaslighting is not normal. People don't realize they're being gaslighted, and it is time to open our eyes and stop allowing these big bullies to manipulate us. This quote to me really sums up a lot of what's going on in our world right now. This tool of abuse is also often used by our society at large to plant seeds of doubt in the minds of people who pose a threat to its supremacy. Next week, we will continue on our journey into the business case for kindness. Please remember, without kindness and respect, there's little trust, and without trust, the team will crumble. I hope you all have a great week. Talk to y'all later.